Let's bring in Robert Ray, former Whitewater independent counsel. Robert, good morning to you. Good to have you this morning. First of all, it just seems like Democrats keep saying, okay, enough already with the email thing. But yet, more documents, more emails, after we were previously told that she already put them all out there. There was nothing else to see. Enough
already would be fine if they had disclosed all of the emails to begin with, and now here we are not that far away from an election, and we have another batch of 15,000. And indications that there may still be more before we get to the end of this.
But she keeps saying, as she did in Jimmy Kimmel last night, oh, those boring emails, indicating there's nothing in them.
Well, that's what they say, but the other side of this is just an effort to run out the clock before the election and hope nobody does anything about it.
So but the critical thing is these emails that were disclosed as part of the Judicial Watch lawsuit and Freedom of Information Act request regarding the Clinton Foundation, because this new information that we got, it lays out how these Clinton Foundation donors got access to her aides at the State Department and potentially her. Because there's one difference in these exchanges is that with the Crown Prince of Bahrain, there is a significant, notable interaction that was discussed between a donor to the Clinton Foundation and her as Secretary of State.
Well, Donald Trump and Governor Pence are right. It raises clearly pay-to-play issues, and that means conflicts of interest. You'd want to know what else did they get besides meetings. That's the purpose of having an investigation. Donald Trump is questioning whether the Justice Department, given the conflict of interest involving the department effectively investigating one of its own, meaning the former Secretary of State, whether or not that would be a fair and independent investigation. So he's calling for a special counsel. It's not an unreasonable request. Frankly, he's right.
Well, he's right about that. We need an independent counsel. But let's look at the process. I talked to Tom Fitton last night.
Right.
We had an in-depth conversation about this. First of all, you don't pay $32,500,000, whatever you pay for a meeting, so to speak, unless you want something. There's consideration in that. But Congress and the Republicans control Congress.
The $32 million that you're talking about, it was a scholarship fund that was set up by the Crown Prince through the Clinton Global Initiative.
Right.
But to be clear about that.
I have a list here of payments, and I call them payments because that's what they are. 10,000, 75,000, specific statements made by these folks about access of Boosie and others. But Congress can actually do this. We talk about what Obama and Loretta Lynch or the AG's office can do. Congress, according to Tom, can also act on this by getting an independent prosecutor. But to your point, the Clintons are running out the clock because they're back for, what, 3-4 weeks? They won't do anything. Well, I mean, that's the Republicans.
Congress could pass a statute and reenact the independent counsel statute.
Exactly.
Frankly, there's not time for that. I don't think that's going to happen. But there are existing regulations in the Department of Justice which call for the appointment of a regulatory special counsel in the event that there is a conflict of interest involving an investigation, criminal investigation, of somebody in the administration or a former administration official. That's really what's in play, I think, at the moment. Look, giving money to buy access, as the Supreme Court has made clear in the McDonald case, is not in and of itself a violation of law, meaning a violation of a criminal statute, a crime. But it raises enough questions when there are, as you suggest, large payments, access, meetings. What else did these people get? If the something else they got was decision-making by the Secretary of State, by the administration, that raises questions about whether or not bribes are involved or whether at least there may be a violation of the federal gratuity statute. There would have to be a linkage between the gifts and some decision-making power of the government. But if that were satisfied as a result of an investigation, there may well have been a crime committed.
So in quick form, is the clock run out really on this?
Well, there's not much time left. I mean, as you can tell, Donald Trump is calling for a quote-unquote expedited investigation. Yeah. It would have to be expedited.
It would have to be.
We don't have much time left.
All right, Robert Ray, thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Good to have you.